procedural propriety, you know, the processes, the bureaucracy that has to be followed as well. So was this a surprise to him? Why didn't you inform him that you'd be having a cabinet meeting to just explain the new procedure that will be, of course, expected of the cabinet secretaries to appear before Parliament?
The invitations, the invitations had been sent not the previous day. The invitations to a cabinet had been sent and had actually informed the president even before he left that we have come up with something which I felt and Parliament leadership felt and even members felt was going to be.
So this meeting was happening without his knowledge?
Whose knowledge?
The deputy president.
No, but I mean, having informed, they are the one, when they called me, they were together, and I told them we have found a way. In fact, when I reported to them, I reported to both of them and told them, you know, we have found a way. And when I was reporting, they seemed to be quite happy. But something suddenly happened. I don't like guessing, but I suspect some people, let me not name them, went and told him, no. Parliament, members of cabinet cannot go to Parliament, this, what, all those issues. And I told them, so when we discussed, I realized where he was coming from. In fact, in 2022, when William Ruto was declared the winner, even before he was sworn in, when he started receiving members of other political parties, which is his habit, you know, some other members of some political party, one of those guys that I suspect is the one who had told him this thing about that members, cabinet cannot step into the house to answer questions, was in a delegation, and he was sitting next to me. William Ruto started explaining to this membership of this group which had come that in his administration, he wants cabinet secretaries to be appearing before Parliament to account for what they are doing in their respective dockets. And this guy, he started clapping. I said, you know, the way things change, 360 degrees. So I think at that time, I don't know why, he just felt he wanted to...
Okay, let me just put a follow-through question with that as well. I'd asked you regarding also a piece of news we've run this evening. Now, the cabinet secretary being embroiled in politics as it is, you know, we're heading towards 2027. And now they are very categorical that the president, of course, he wants to retain his seat and they want to be involved, them to be involved in, of course, continuing with his agenda, his development agenda. You now, as a Speaker of the National Assembly, you came up with that particular, the Speaker of the National, you came with that particular provision that they could now appear before Parliament. Are you seeing any disparity with the laws? Because we had even Ed and Duale very categorical saying, you know, with the new conflict of interest bill now, they've been given that particular latitude to be embroiled in politics. What do you think about it? What is your assessment of it?
Well, what I was doing then as Speaker was procedural issues to allow Parliament or members to perform their representative role much more effectively, as opposed to asking a question and getting an answer from a chairman of a committee who is not a member of the executive. Because when the moment that answer comes, and if I don't know whether you recall the old system, you know, sometimes even ministers, although under the former constitution, would answer questions, and a member who asks a question would say, "Oh, look, this is a most useless answer," because maybe the minister did not, you know, find finer details. Because when a member is asking a question about something in their constituency, they have certain information. And you know, because bureaucracy is in the habit, and you know, they always want to show that they are working, things are okay. Sometimes they will give ministers wrong answers. And let me say, because I'm also experienced in that other system. During Kibaki's first term, one of his ministers who was very, very effective was Martha Karua, when she was Minister for Water. Because Martha would never just take an answer that has come from the bureaucracy. She would then, Martha used to, she would make sure that she has dug deep, even called the member, sometimes to the office. This is the answer I've received. Does this satisfy your issue? And the member said, no. You know, because of, the member will explain.
Yes.
And Mother would go deeper. Whenever Mother would come to give a response, almost invariably, members would be satisfied. Now, this system which I crafted was to ensure that members also are seen by their constituents.
Yes.
Asking the executive, holding the executive to account on the floor, but in committee. But something that would be done, you know, in a much more organized way, so the entire membership is there and they can hear. Because a minister could be responding to an issue in one corner of the country, which could be similar to something else happening in another corner of the country, and another member could also ask. It's not just the questioner.
Right. For the interest of time. For the interest of time.
There's no, what I did cannot be compared with what William Ruto is now proposing to do. And let me also say, the Conflict of Interest Act now, which purports to allow state officers to participate in politics, in my view, is wrong. And no wonder, and maybe I will not go beyond this, no wonder some Kenyans, civil society groups, have actually challenged it in court on constitutionality. The
Law Society of Kenya and also Babu Owino as well.
I think so. Yes, they have challenged that act, and I think it's only fair to let the courts deal with the matter, because they will be looking at it in the context of the constitutional provisions regarding.
So the cabinet secretaries, they're supposed to be apolitical?
Yes, they're supposed to be apolitical. Remember, actually, in 2013, Uhuru Kenyatta famously said that there are only two politicians in his government, himself and his deputy. The cabinet secretaries,
they're technocrats.
They're supposed to be technocrats. Certainly, of course, it was something new, and for those that were politicians, they found it, they were feeling a bit underutilized, because they preferred also, they were used to doing politics as well as doing the office work.